morning. Welcome to Angel's Peaceful Garden. I am going to be completing my last 2 trellises today. I want to make a trellis for my squash or maybe zucchini. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put over here yet. And I also want to make a trellis for my new grapevine. So I got some Temu trellises a while back, and I just haven't had time to put them up. These are the last 2 projects that I have to complete before I can bring all the starts out and have a place for everything to go. As you can tell, I'm very excited to get this done. So let's get started. I'm gonna go grab the netting so I can measure how long it is. I just thought about that. I haven't even opened the package. So let me see how long this netting is before I put these up, because I'm gonna stretch it pretty tight. I'm glad I went and measured this because it is a lot longer than I thought it was. So what that means is that I'm gonna have to move the T-post out further than I thought to make this pretty tight. You'll see how this works. I've never installed one of these before, and the netting is pretty hard to work with. So I'm going to try to put it up on the T-post and then zip tie it. So right here is where I started realizing that this was a whole mess and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was trying to see if I needed to stretch it more, if I can make it tighter. And y'all see how long that thing is? I don't know why I didn't realize at that moment that I should just get some more T-posts and make it the length that it needed to be, because there was no way that this was going to look anyway decent. Okay, we still on the struggle bus. Just trying to do something that ain't working. Even just looking up at the camera like, come help me. At this point, I think that I have figured out that I can pull it from both ends, wrap it around the back, and zip tie it in the middle to try to get it to be some kind of way tight enough to where I can trellis anything on it. Sorry guys, somewhere in there something happened with the sound. I'm not quite sure what happened. So hopefully it didn't bother y'all too much. If any of you know an easier or better way to put this up, please put it in the comments, because I'm just doing what I think feels right. And I still have some time. I still have some time to fix it. But I think it'll be okay. I think this will be fine. Let's put one more down here. I don't think that the zucchini or squash is that heavy. Hopefully the vines are that heavy. I don't know, because I've never grown it before, so hopefully it's not so heavy it'll bring this whole thing down. You know what? I can probably move this around right here too. I'm trying to tighten it on the sides, and as I'm pulling it, you can see that I'm leaving a huge hole in the middle of the trellis. If you've been watching my channel, then you know by now that I like doing projects. So
I started this project with one thought in mind, that those two T-posts were going to work to put this Temu trellis up, but I didn't have a plan B, so I just kept going. But with gardening, you have to be flexible and know that sometimes something is not going to work and you're going to have to pivot and try something different.
All right, I think that's about as tight as I'm gonna be able to get that one. It's not pretty, but I think it will do the job. And we'll see, because like I said, this is my first year growing zucchini or squash, whichever one goes on here. And I'm not sure how strong these strings need to be, but we'll see how Temu does this time. Because you know, I do get some things from there, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We'll see how this one does. All right, so guys, I just couldn't let that stand. That was looking horrible, and I knew it was looking horrible at the time. I just didn't know how I wanted to fix it or how I could fix it. So I came back out a few days later. I added 2 T-posts, made it the length that it's supposed to be, and so now you see that it is a lot sturdier. And it wasn't a Temu problem, it was user error, because it can hold some squash or zucchini or whatever I want to put on here, and it's much longer, so I can also do pole beans or something else. That's what I'm going to put on this trellis. So forgive me, it took me a few minutes, but I did get there eventually. We're going to move on over to the front of the garden now, because that is where the other trellis is going. And B are in that bag right there. We have C, D, E, F, and then those 2 back there are G. So looks like from the instructions that A and B only go on G on the bottom section. Then the other portions of this trellis are going to be made up of mostly E and C. So it shouldn't be hard to put together once you get it going. So, and then at the top, you're going to use D. I have built one similar to this, and I'll put the picture up so that y'all can see that one. But I think this one is going to be a little bit sturdier because of those G, how they sit. And I'm also going to put some anchors down as well, because we get very windy here and I do not want this trellis to fall over. Here we go. I think I'm going to build the base first. So these sections here, A and B, just go here and here. Okay. I'm going to have to make some assumptions because those instructions were not very explanatory. So we are going to make a few assumptions. I'm going to start with one side. I think that's what I had to do the last time. Okay. Now we need E to go across and C to connect. E, so it's going to go across like this, and I think I need to put, we can't lose these. C, I'm going to put on first. And then we're going to take F, which is the screw, and screw this in. Only thing that's a little bit scary, y'all, is that the bottom section is not screwed in. Maybe it becomes tight after I do this. We'll have to see, because I can just pull this up and that don't feel right. I think I'm gonna have to go get the step stool in a minute, because this got tall real fast, faster than I thought it would. A couple of things just happened off camera. One, I realized that I put this one I skipped a hole down here. Two, I also realized that I needed a drill because my fingers weren't strong enough to do the screws into one section of this. And also, I talked with my husband, and I don't know if this is going to work, because I don't know if it's sturdy enough for our wind that we get back here. So I'm going to put it together, but it may not work for what I think it is, for what I was trying to do with it. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens, because I don't know about this one. This one seems a little bit more like something that you would do like for one day or something like that, but not for what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna keep going, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day. Okay. The wind is not blowing today. It's pretty high. So we're gonna get to test this out in real time. But I can't believe how many projects we've already gotten completed, and that next weekend, hopefully, God willing, next weekend is my go day. I will be planting out my spring 2026 garden. I may have to come out this jacket because it is getting hot out here. It's getting a little warm. Once you get going, this goes together pretty quickly. And if you're in the market for one, the other one that I got where the base just goes into the ground, that one is a lot sturdier. Not that you can't order this trellis from Temu, but I would prefer that one to this one. So just look at the picture and see if it has the base jutted out like this one, and stray away from this one. Get the other one. This is the last of the C's. So we're gonna start doing the arch next. And no, it's not standing up on its own. I have my foot on this thing. All right. Now I'm going to go grab my footstool so that I can get the top of the arch done. All right. Got the first arch up. I'm going to get this one in, and then I will move the camera because I don't think this is the best angle for you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna see how this works, just doing the rest of it on the ground. Okay, y'all, you can see that we had some technical difficulties, but we were able to get the trellis up, get the top of the arch done, and get it into the ground. We decided not to use the bases that came with it because I think it'll be a little bit more sturdy being in the actual ground. So it's not as tall as it would have been. I think it was like 7 feet. Now it's still probably 7 feet. I think it was 8 feet actually, or 9 feet, because it was really tall. So we lowered it into the ground, and now I'm going to put some anchoring stakes in so that it'll be a little bit more sturdy. My husband said, this thing is going to become a kite. So definitely want to make sure that doesn't happen. And, you know, if I have to look into something that's a little bit sturdier, we can do that as well. We put 3 extra anchors on both sides, so hopefully it'll work. So there we go. That is the new arch trellis that we have. And that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me while I was putting together the last of my trellises for the spring 2026 garden. I hope you'll come back and see us. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, may the good Lord take a liking to you.